Hello, Internet. Amazon told me that my review went live, so I thought I'd share a video about this laptop case that I bought, the Lenovo Slim case, the 14-inch model. I bought a 13-inch model and it didn't fit, and I'll get to that story in a second because this is about this specific laptop. The ThinkPad T480. This one is got the extra thick battery on the bottom. I measured it at about 13¼ inches this way and about 9 inches this way, and about 1¼ inch thick with the battery. And those dimensions looked pretty close to the 13-inch case, and everyone else on the review site was saying for their 14-inch laptop models that they got the 13-inch case, and the numbers on the dimensions on the chart on the description looked right, but this is the 14-inch case, and I'll demonstrate some more here in a minute. But as you can see, she is a snug fit. The 13-inch case, just the little corners right here, I could not squeeze it into the 13-inch case. But the 14-inch case is a very nice fit. I'll just show you the bag itself here for a second. Let me pause. Okay, I've unzipped. You've got this pretty large pocket here, which gives you a lot of room, but not a ton of thickness. Once you've got a nice thick laptop in there, you're going to only have so much extra space. Excuse my finger. As you can see, it zips open. Here's the leather handle. It's got these nice plastic things that hold in the leather grip, so I can still get 4 fingers under that and pull it all the way out. But then when I'm not using it, it just kind of lays down nice and flat. And on the inside, you don't notice against that edge, like any sort of like where the attachment is, there's not like any kind of, the padding is covering up whatever attachment method, so it's not gonna like do damage to the inside of your laptop. And this nice bead here keeps the zipper off the edge of your laptop. As you can see, it opens sort of like so, with it zipping further down on the bottom side than on the handle side. This zipper just zips up right here. It's this nice sort of, what do you call it? Like heather gray, like deep charcoal gray, with the subtle branding on the one corner, kind of out of the way, and minimal zippers. The zippers have they have these hex zipper pulls with like really subtle branding on them as well. But I don't think I can even show it to the camera. It's that subtle. Try not to use your right hand. Your right hand is shaky. Yeah, see, there's just some subtle branding on the zippers. Super subtle branding. So if you're using this for some other non-Lenovo laptop, it should be nice. The 14-inch model, though, ended up being just the right size for this 14-inch ThinkPad. I'm going to demonstrate with a dongle sticking out of the side, and I'll grab my my cherry mouse here, and we'll stick that in the top sleeve. And I suppose you could put some other stuff like a slim optical drive or some storage media like SSD enclosures or what. And your charge brick, I won't demonstrate, but the OEM charge brick for the T480 might be a little thick, but it will squeeze in here. But I just want to give you a general size idea here with it open. I'm going to try and do this with one hand with it open. I'm going to slide it in. As you can see, it's a little snug. I'm just going to, with one hand here, slide it in. Now that puts the back corners all the way in the back corner right there. And then as you can see here, this is where the 13-inch laptop bag was just not quite big enough. See how I can just pull that just up around the corners? The 13-inch bag, it would sit on top of the corner just like that, and you just couldn't quite squeeze it in. But the 14-inch bag locks right in there. As you can see, not a lot of wiggle room. Not a lot of wiggle room on the ends. I've got just maybe enough room here, if I can do things. If I had 3 hands, I got just enough room here maybe at the bottom, where if I've got some kind of, you know, low profile dongles sticking out the USBs, I've got just enough room. I could flip it around if I want those at the top, and I'll show you. There it is, ass first, or the end of the screen here, and this is the thick battery side. It still fits with these corners covering up the corners of the laptop, even with the shaky right hand. Stop using your right hand to hold the freaking camera. Okay, with the laptop butt first, I mean, nose first into it. It might be a little easier to load it up that way, but this is going to be a slightly thicker side. If I zip this closed, if I will flip it over, this side will be slightly, whichever side you put the battery on will be slightly thicker, so the zipper side's a little thicker. It makes this a still pretty decent grip case. You can use the handle to carry it portrait style like that, which is a little weird. You'd think it'd be like more of like a landscape style with the handle here, with maybe feeding in from the end or still zipping on an angle like that so you could tuck it in, but with the handle on top. But this is just like, the handle is sort of just gets out of the way. This is more of just like a snug padded case. This is not really like a full like suitcase or anything. But as you can see, especially on the front side where I've got that battery, I don't get a ton of thickness in there, but I can still just squeeze a mouse even on the fat bottom side, and it'd be a little bit bulgy. Not so glad if I slide the mouse in the other side like that. This is going to bulge just a little bit, and whatever you put in here, it's going to bulge on the front. So you don't want to put too much, like the thick. I've managed to squeeze the OEM full-size power brick in here, but it's a snug fit, as you can see. And then we'll go. And then you can see how tight that is. It just fits. It's a really snug fit. So if you need a laptop bag for a few essentials and just a padded bag to like be able to throw this in your luggage for a trip or something like that. It's a great little sleeve. It's not like a full-on storage luggage or anything like that, but you can fit a few things in it, and it's a really tight fit specifically for this ThinkPad T480 from 2018. This is sort of an older one. Measuring the dimensions and reading the reviews, I thought the 13-inch was going to be a good fit. It was just a little bit too tight right here in these corners. The pointed corner would just not tuck under with the 13-inch one. But the 14-inch one, as you can see, is a very nice fit for the ThinkPad T480. So, anyway, I hope this helps somebody with this specific laptop model decide on whether or not to buy this bag. The 14-inch model for the T480, do not get the 13-inch. Hope this is helpful. Have a nice day.
fazer até vídeo pro pessoal aí que não acredita que o Dell G15 cabe nessa case. Tá aqui ele aqui dentro, né, ó, fechadinho e tal. Fica contado? Fica, mas cabe. Então, por favor, né, quem fez os comentários de que o notebook não cabe na case, assim, pega mal, né? Atrapalha a compra do amiguinho. Aqui, ó, cabe direitinho sim, né? Então fica aí para as pessoas que não estavam botando fé.
So here we have the Lenovo 14-inch laptop bag. Has a zipper for your charger and mouse, accessories, top handle, neoprene design, soft inside. This is the Lenovo 14-inch laptop. It's an IdeaPad and fits in there really nice. I've been using it for the last 6 months or so, and it's traveling very well and works good.
Olha, eu resolvi fazer um vídeo pra te mostrar melhor, porque por foto não fica bom. Essa é a capinha dele. Aqui fica o carregador, né? Que dá pra pôr. E aí, virando ela, aqui tem o zíper. Tá vendo? Ela é toda mofadada aqui, ó. Toda fofinha, ó.